Hello people, and welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time on the channel, a special welcome to you. I ask that you check out the rest of my videos. If you like what you see, give them a thumbs up, leave a comment, but more than anything, I'm asking that you subscribe to the channel. Today I'm going to be talking about music on Jamaica's public transportation, buses, minibuses, and taxis. I came across an article where a mother in Jamaica by the name of Ramona Samuels is heading a campaign by the name of Excuse Me Driver. And after reading the article, I actually found some interest in it, and I thought, let me do a video to amplify her cause because I think it's a positive thing, but at the same time, I'm gonna add my opinion and my twist on it. So it's really my take on the issue of music on buses and minibuses and taxis in Jamaica. First and foremost, let me declare that Ramona Samuels' mission is not to eliminate music on a whole from public transportation, but she believes that lewd music in particular has a negative influence on children today. I'm on the fence where that is concerned, but at the same time, I'm not in support of lewd music being in public transportation. Let me not be hypocritical on this matter because there was a time that I appreciated music on public transportation, and then as I got older, I started to not appreciate music on public transportation. The Excuse Me Driver campaign seemed to be struggling in Jamaica, but at the same time, that's at no surprise because if we're going to be realistic, music in Jamaica, music on public transportation in Jamaica has firmly taken its place in the Jamaican culture for decades. I don't want to sound hypocritical in this matter because when I used to go to school in Jamaica, me and my boys leaving Calabar in the afternoon or in the evening, we refused back then to take any buses that did not have music on it. We just didn't think the bus was entertaining enough. We didn't think that it was cool enough. Ramona Samuel's views on lewd music being on public transportation is that it has contributed to what she calls a new age of incivility. I would not agree with that because, like I said, when I was going to school in Jamaica some 30 years ago, music and lewd music and even loud music was on the buses back then, and that incivility has been long-standing in Jamaica. So for that reason, I would not support her claim that the lewd music today is creating that incivility, the new age incivility. However, back then I was a young man, and two factors has to be highlighted about then and now. First factor is that as people, we have to be young and foolish before we become old and wise. So what I'm trying to say is back then I was more naive and I wasn't that conscious or intelligent enough to figure out whether or not music on a bus was a good thing or a bad thing. The second factor that has to be considered is my age and my view today. 20 years ago when I was in Jamaica, I avoided buses with music. Why? The second factor is my head can't take that no more. I mean, if I'm going to leave from, say, Meadowbrook to Halfway Tree, I would prefer to just get a public transport that's going to take me without hearing dancehall music or hip-hop music, especially at the high volume that they play it on the public transportation in Jamaica. So I'm on the fence. I don't want to infringe on the culture, but my view as an adult is like public transportation should not have music, period. I understand that people in Jamaica and people who are embracing the culture and love the long-standing statues of the culture may disagree with that statement, but hear me out. When I was a young man going to school in Jamaica, I appreciate loud music, I appreciate dancehall music, I appreciate hip-hop music being played on the bus. I thought it was cool, I thought it was entertaining, but now that I'm older, now that I'm wiser, when I look at it, it's inconsiderate for all the passengers. And to a degree, it is uncivilized. I mean, we are talking about buses, public transportation, that we can hear the music from half a block away, a whole block away before the bus even approached the bus stop. That's just dancehall on wheels. And what I'm saying is, now that I'm older, and my mental capacity has reshaped itself and my views and things are different, is that people going to work in the morning, the last thing they want to hear is loud music in their head, especially if it contains lewd lyrics. On the flip side of that, people coming home from a hard day's work, the last thing they really want to hear is loud, lewd lyrics in their ears. So I do support Ramona Samuel's view on written lewd music from public transportation, but I'm just going to personally take it up a notch more and says my personal view is to just rid music on a whole from public transportation. I mean, public transportation should merely serve as public transportation. Take you from point A, take you to point B. Do I believe that it has a negative influence on children's behavior? Yes, I believe music on a whole, especially music that support lewdness, does affect the listeners one way or another, because it goes through your eardrum and then it registers to your brain, and then it does activate your imagination, and then it affects your attitude. However, the reason why I believe this Excuse Me Driver campaign is gonna suffer terribly in Jamaica is not only the fact that music is a part of the Jamaican culture, but we are in a day and an age where students at school now have iPhones and Android phones where music can easily be adapted to these little devices, and these children can still listen to their music. Back in the day when I used to go to school, that wasn't possible. We would need a whole cassette tape and a cassette deck. Today, these children have a right to have mobile phones for various reasons, including parents contacting them for emergencies, or they contacting their parents in emergencies. But these smartphones, they do so much, including holding thousands and thousands of lyrics. So what I'm saying is, that's going to be a uphill fight. That's a losing battle, trying to get the music away from the children. But I am in 100% support of ridding music from public transportation. Here's my question to my viewers today. Do you believe that music on a whole should be rid from public transportation, or do you believe that just lewd music should be rid from public transportation? The reason why I wanted to know the answer for this question is that then that way I can see as to what direction we Jamaicans and younger Jamaicans would like to see Jamaica go in the future, because it's a changing world. I'm a lover for dancehall music. I appreciate dancehall music. I even appreciate hip hop and R&B music, but at the same time, I believe that there's a time and a place for everything. And when one goes to public transportation from point A to point B, considering that we can't please everybody, we can't please every passenger, one sure shot way of pleasing people is just eliminating the music. And who wants to listen to their music? There is these smart devices, and there are still earphone jacks that people can actually entertain their very own self while they're moving from point A to point B. We're no longer in the 1970s and 1980s, people. This is the 21st century. How would you like to see Jamaica public transportation move forward? Should music stay on it? Should music not stay on it? Let me know. Anyway, before I go, let me big up some people.
Big up yourself to the maximum.
First person I want to big up today is one of my subscribers called Mega Shredder 101. Then I want to big up Nas Drew. Nas Drew, big up yourself. And last but not least, let me big up Chad Murdoch.
Big up yourself to the maximum.
People, like I say, anytime you want me to give you a shout out while you write your comment, just put hashtag it's big up, and I will definitely find some time to big you up in my future videos, people. I look forward to hear your views and comments on this one, people, because as you know, on this channel, I accept agreement and disagreement. I accept thumbs up and thumbs down, because at the end of the day, each one teach one. Until next time, people, peace.